Hi, my name is Happy Jones, and I've lived alone for 34 years. And for most of those 34 years, I've been happy. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that help me stay happy, and not because of my name. And now, the first thing I want to talk about is gratitude. And gratitude is the way of training your brain to look at the world with a glass half full instead of a glass half empty. And then I read Wayne Dyer's book, The Power of Intention. And that book really changed my attitude drastically. And I started looking at the world with a glass half full more attitude and looking for things to be grateful for, and especially if things were going bad. That's when I really needed to look for things. And that includes small joys. You look for the small things in life, and then the big things will come. And and look for things that bring you, be grateful for being alone, for one thing. Being alone has advantages and disadvantages. The same to being married has advantages and disadvantages. Even good marriages have disadvantages. And so look for the things that are to your advantage about being alone, and there's lots of them. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for the quiet time. Be grateful that you have your choice of movies to watch. Be grateful that you can sleep late in the morning, and you could have lazy mornings and late nights. And keep a gratitude journal. I'm a big believer in journaling. And journaling your thoughts and everything, but keep a gratitude journal. In fact, digital planners often have a whole page for just writing a daily gratitude in for something. Now, number 2, learn to do things for yourself, because now you're the one in charge. And if you're newly alone, go to the movies by yourself. Maybe you have a friend to go to the movies with you, but go to the movies by yourself one day. Go to a matinee in the afternoon and just go there and sit through that movie, and you're going to get involved in the movie, and you're going to forget your troubles for a while, and you're going to come out and find out the world didn't end because you went to a movie by yourself. And this gives you lots of freedom because you don't always have somebody to go to the movies with. They can't, you can have a good friend that goes to the movies with you, but she may not be available this time. She may not be available to go out with you this night. So it frees you up and it gives you a freedom that you can now do this yourself. And I had to learn to do it because I wouldn't go to a movie then if I never ate out by myself. I never went by myself. And the next thing is to learn to eat out by yourself too, because if you don't like to cook and you feel like going out that evening, and you stay home and cook because you don't have anybody to eat out with, well, that's no good either. Bring you something to read, bring your iPhone, bring your Kindle. I know that this isn't so good for you if you're following a diet, but do it anyhow. Um, learn how to do house repairs. And that is a great benefit. The more you can learn to do in your own, have your little own toolkit, learn how to put up pictures yourself, and learn how to do things that you're able to do. And the ones that you can't do, hire somebody to do it. It's really quite easy. And I used to be really afraid to let workmen in my house, but now I'm used to it. When I was married and I had to let somebody in the house with me, and my husband was at work or not around, I would be very nervous about letting somebody in. But now you get used to it. And most of the time, you find somebody you repeat the same person many times and they get to know you. When you do things that you've never done before and accomplished it, it really brings you up. It makes you feel more alive and more capable. Now, another thing when a woman lives alone is learning how to protect yourself. And the first thing to do that is your choice of where you live. And if you live in an unsafe neighborhood, start looking for a safer neighborhood to move in. You may have to give up a room or something in space, but look for deals. They're out there. Get a Ring camera because they're great. You can talk through them to somebody that's at your door. You can see who's at your door through your phone or your iPad. You can see somebody walking past your property. Or you can, and the fun thing is the animals that are going to ring your doorbell. Those are fun. In fact, the other day I had a coyote walk past my front door about 4 feet. And I've lived here like 15 years and I have never seen a coyote around. And I know I live in the desert and they're around, but not in this neighborhood. So I felt safe with my little dogs. And I would come in the house once in a while and do something quick and then go back out and check on them. Well, no more, because my little dog's a lunch for a coyote. And another thing, to get back to what I was talking about, protecting yourself, before I want to leave that, I heard a woman give a talk. And she said something called, oh dear, what was the name of it? I'm having a senior moment here. It's a horn. And you can go on Amazon and do a search for horns to protect yourself, and that will come up. Oh, air horn, that's what it's called, an air horn. And they're a little thing, and they make this really loud noise, and they startle a criminal and somebody who's out for to hurt you. And even if you're in your house, she said to use it because it's out of the ordinary, and they don't expect this, and it's loud. And a lot of times it'll just make somebody turn around and run away. They don't know what it is, what's going on, who's going to hear it. And so that's another way to protect yourself. Now, number 3 is pursue your hobbies. Now, I'm an introvert and I'm a creative type of person, so I have lots of hobbies. I have lots of things that interest me, sewing and reading. And so this is something I took to like a duck takes to water, because we used to drive my husband nuts. I'd go up into the bedroom during my painting phase and paint. And then because my husband was an extrovert, he couldn't stand being alone. So he would constantly find ways to interrupt me, some kind of excuse to interrupt me. And I would get more and more annoyed with him. I took this freedom to have, to create things really, really greatly. I went through a writing phase until I got a book published and realized I didn't want to live like that. It's very much alone. I'm an introvert and I like being alone, but I don't like being alone all day long and all night long, constantly. And that's what writing is. It's a very lonely occupation and it's hard. So I gave up my writing. And now I'm doing YouTube and sewing and dancing. Now, if you are an extrovert and you really need people around you to feel happy, then you're going to have to leave your home and go out and get involved in lots of different things. And only you know what's best for you. I would say look into the American Legion if you have a a male relative who was in the military, and you're related to him. And you can use this to become a member of the Women's Auxiliary. And they have things going on every day, all the time, very reasonably priced. And that's a thing to think about, too. Now, number 4, handling your finances. You're now in control of your finances. You don't have anybody else with you to disagree with you or to agree with you. And I have to say, my late husband and I got along fabulously where it came to money. We worked out a system that was just worked well with us, and we never had any disagreements or arguments over money, where our savings and spending habits were very similar. But a lot of marriages have problems over money. You have a husband and a wife who spends like crazy, or vice versa, a tightwad husband and or a husband that spends too much and a tight, more conservative wife where it comes to spending. So no financial disagreements is one of the advantages of living alone and handling your own finances. And you build security on your own terms. You set your budget, you live within your budget, you save for emergencies, you pay down your debts, and being in control can bring peace of mind, and peace of mind brings happiness. Now, number 5, the last one, and maybe a way the most important one, and that is strengthen your inner life. And the first thing that comes to my mind is journaling. Once again, I'm getting back to journaling. But that's a very important thing. And Target and what's that other one, Target? Oh, well, I can't think of it right now. Walmart. They have all kinds of journal books, and some of them are guided. They have questions for you to answer throughout the whole book. If you're new to journaling, you might want to try one of those. Another way is meditating. A lot of people get a lot of benefits out of meditating. And you just learn to relax all your muscles, and you just make your mind go empty, usually by repeating something constantly over and over again. Like and just with every breath you think until you get into that deep, relaxed state. And you don't really hypnotize yourself as much as you just relax. And it makes you feel peaceful during the whole day, no matter what comes up that time in the morning of meditating. And learn to enjoy the quiet too. And this is something I need to do more of. Play music or just listen to nature. I like to sit out early in the morning when I'm up early enough and sit out on my patio and listen to nature, just watch the birds and everything. And now we used to have a lot of lawn out there in this condo development, but one morning I woke up and they removed it and put down gravel. So I don't sit out as much now because it is not as pretty or as cool feeling, and I live in the desert. And a lot of the animals I don't see that I saw that would come around in the lawn. But what these things do is they teach you to live in the now. And we're too busy to live in the now, that we're really paying attention that much to what we're actually doing and feeling our environment around us and feeling the air hitting our skin. And these things are a gift of self-connection, and self-connection brings peace and happiness and joy to one's life. And it's a gift to you, really, for doing these things. So I hope these 5 things help you. And I hope this video has been of use to you. And I'm going to cut it short now. And I'm wishing you lots of happiness in the future. And bye.